strap them down and hit off. Strap them down, I turn the other one off.
Yes.
The other one's off. This is off. There you go. Thank you, son. Yeah, since you won't talk to me, I'm going to live stream.
What do I want to say?
Huh?
I don't want to say.
So Traden and I had to go to East. We didn't have to. We did. Went to East Tennessee today to Greg and Tracy's. They had a tree fall on there. They got like one of the big carport deals, like a huge one. It's got like 3 bays. So we drove out there and we moved it. And now we are on our way back to Middle Tennessee. So what time would we leave this morning?
Huh?
Time we leave about 10ish? 10ish our time?
Probably.
Oh, it was a 5.5 hour drive. We got here at what, 4:30, something like that. Don't matter. Turn around and going home now. But everything happens for a reason, though. You know what I mean? So we came out here to help them, and on the way out here, I talk to my brother-in-law about it every day. My ex-brother-in-law. He lives in Campbell County, where I grew up in East Tennessee. I literally talk to him every day. So for some reason on this trip on the way out here, I mentioned to him that I need like a truck that's good on gas. I need a truck. I need it not to be $5.25 a gallon diesel fuel like this thing is. You know, like this thing kills when it comes to gas. So on the way out here, I called him and I was talking to him about whatever. We got into conversations on trucks. I'm like, I need a little truck. It's like I got the thing just for I got something for you sitting in my driveway. So he's got a little old Mazda 2300i four-wheel drive 5-speed truck sitting in his driveway. He's like, you can have it for X amount of dollars. So, you know, I know what he is. He's the family Jew. So, you know, he's making a little money off it. Whatever, I don't care. It's worth it. What he's asking for it is well worth it. We are now living in, and listen, I like this. When I heard this today, we picked up a hitchhiker today, Trade and I did. As soon as we got off the exit, as soon as we're getting on the interstate this morning, there's a dude sitting on the side of the road on the exit. So I pulled it over. Trade's like, we're picking him up. I'm like, yeah. So he's like, want me jumping back? I'm like, yeah. So Trade jumped in the back seat. Guy jumped in the front seat. I was just talking, like making conversation because he was heading to Nashville. And I was like, I'll take you all the way, man. So we were all the way to Nashville. We were just talking about how shit is in the world today, you know. Same conversation we always have with everybody. He's like, man, it's like it's the fucking snitching Olympics. I said, Jesus Christ, like, I am using that shit. And he's right, it is. We passed the interstate up. No, we didn't.
Said the Snitching Olympics, I didn't hear that.
You heard? You wasn't listening to it. Yeah. It's like it's like the goddamn snitching Olympics today. He said that the one truck, the reason we got on the conversation of the snitches is because the one truck stop kept running him off. Like, dude, he ain't bothering nobody. You know, he said he wasn't like asking nobody for nothing or anything. He was just, he'd go inside and buy a beer and just go find a corner and hang out and drink it. And they never get mad about it. They ran him off and called the cops on his shit. I'm like, man, you know, people just don't understand. Like, everybody has their way of living their lives. And, you know, you're no different than they are. It's just that power thing, man. He's like, man, they wouldn't even know somebody would tell on me. It's like the goddamn snitching Olympics out here. It's like everybody's looking for a gold medal. I was like, I'm using that shit. And he's not wrong about that. People, man, people in these positions where they believe they have power, whether it be the cunts of fast pace, which come to find out my boss's wife works at fast pace, the place I had all the problems with last week. I asked him, like, what she look like? He wouldn't tell me, it was on the telephone.
Your boss's wife?
Yeah, my boss's wife works at the place that, yeah, no, the place that wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said to her. I forget what I was saying now. I had a point.
Sorry.
That's alright, it's cool, it happens all the time, man, you know. My mind just kind of wanders everywhere. My mind wanders, but I ain't lost. You know what I'm saying?
Was that sticker on the back of
There's a sticker on the back of my car. It says something about it. Because I wonder. What does it say?
It says your imagination may wonder or something.
No, it says it don't say my imagination. It says even though I wonder, I'm not lost. Something to that effect. It was just freaking snowing here. You believe that shit? Like 5 minutes ago it was snowing, now it's sunny as hell out. East Tennessee is beautiful. Way prettier than Middle Tennessee or West Tennessee. I don't know who the idiot was that decided to move to West Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, whatever you want to call it. Midwestern Tennessee. But anyway, we're on our way back to that place now. Came out here, got that done, and turned around straight back. So we'll be in the vehicle for 11 hours today. So now we know there's no way I could ever drive a truck. Those dudes are monsters. I was falling asleep all the way here. I don't know why, but I was all the way until we got about an hour from here. The train kept having to say, "Dad, wake up." Which I wasn't like falling asleep. I was just snooze a little bit, take a little nap every now and then, you know. I usually make it about 20 minutes of sleeping while I'm driving before it becomes a problem, because then I really start dozing off. I think we're right in between Bristol and Knoxville. Tactical Tennessee was supposed to come down and help, and by the time he got off work today, I said, that's like, don't even worry about it, we'll take care of it. There's no sense in driving down here, 2 hours, an hour and 45-minute drive. I think this is America. I don't know how far it is. I think it's about an hour and 45 minutes or something like that. So anyway, back to brother-in-law and truck. So maybe the reason I came out here was so I could have the conversation with Blake about the truck, and maybe I'll get the truck and I'll save some money on fuel. But we have all kinds of roads to get over before. Well, the truck it has a problem. So it runs off starting fluid. So it means we're having a fuel problem, which, whatever. We can take care of fuel problems, which I'd rather have a fuel problem than a spark problem. Spark problems seem to be my nemesis lately. PT Cruiser ain't running. It needs a PCM, I think. I don't know if I'm pretty sure I can get a PCM for it, and they're like $200. I don't want to just throw money at it. I've chased it as far as I can chase it. So I think that we're just going to go ahead and order a PCM for it. I got to get the Grand Prix back. Next time we go to Ohio, I'm dragging it back home with me. I love that car. Don't ask me why. It's going to get fixed. Yeah. Hopefully I get this truck from Blake and I can fix the fuel issue with it. Knowing what it is, my first guess is that it's either a fuel pump or a fuel driver that's bad in it. Probably the fuel pump because it's set for a while. If not, it's probably the fuel pump driver module. If it has one. If not, it's just a fuel pump. So it's not a big deal. Pull the bed off the fuel pump and it should be good to go. But he said it will run off ether or so everything happens for a reason, you know what I mean? So maybe that's why we drove all the way out here today, other than to help them, because I was going to, regardless of that, we're just on our way out here to help them. I hate these little spots where these little bastards can hide. They can't do a fair and be out in the open with their lights on like they're supposed to do in Ohio. In Tennessee, like, they have a lot of unmarked cars down here. And I wouldn't, if an unmarked car got behind me hitting their lights, I'd just keep on driving. I'd pretend I wasn't even there until I got home. All the way across the fucking state. Until one got behind me that was marked. Some, like a lot of states, like Ohio, they have to be in a marked car to hit their lights to light you up. So, it's just, with so many people acting like cops rob people and shit. It makes sense to me if you're going to play that game, to play it that way. At least go find somewhere where you're on video. That way if somebody tries to rape or rob you, at least might get a picture of them so you can remember them 10 years from now, because the cops ain't going to do shit. What does that say? Is that my tripper or is precaution spelled wrong? Oh, what does that say, Trey? It says precaution al rebasar. What the hell does that mean? I know it's a Mexican. What the hell does al rebasar mean?
Probably precaution.
Precaution is on top.
Yeah, it probably means
what does
precaution.
Al rebasar mean?
It probably means precaution.
In what?
In whatever that language is.
What language is it? Why is it in fucking English?
I don't speak Auribasar.
Hillbilly towing. For a hillbilly, he's got a nice ass ride.
Yep.
Quad cab Cummins. Tow bed on it. I like to build one of them tow beds. That's what I really want to do. I want to build a flatbed for this thing. That's what I really want to do. You guys have any cracking shit? They look funny because they're so short. It's only got a 6.5 foot bed. It's a flatbed that would just come in handy. I think a lot. Makes it way easier for getting tools in and out of. I need a fuel tank too, and a transfer tank, so I can get some off-road diesel for all my tractors that I have. And I want to get one day. And in the meantime, maybe somebody will steal my fuel and put it in their gas tank, their fuel tank. Because I wouldn't do so. I wouldn't run off-road diesel on the road. No way in hell. The $10,000 fund. What the fuck? Is that a damn horse in the back of that truck? What has he got back there? He got goats.
Got some gums back there.
That poor bastards. Look at him. Bah!
It's probably freezing cold.
Poor goats. He drive nice FX4. Can't even get them little goats in the damn trailer. But it's Papaw. Papaw don't care about the goats. All he cares about is window tint though. That's some young dude. You bastard. You should try calling the animal patrol on his ass. Call the cops. Where's the cops at? Got some goats that need some help. They'd probably rape them. I bet they wear knee-high rubber boots and they're all-time cops. Look at that Toyota back there. See it?
Red thing?
The beige one behind it.
Oh.
See it? I didn't see it till just now. It's nice. So, anyway, my brother-in-law's probably going to be in West Knox. We're going to stop and say hey to him real quick. I ain't seen him. But God, when's the last time we seen Blake? It's been a couple of years.
Yeah, it's been a couple years.
Like I said, I talked to Blake is the guy I call when it comes to like construction, electrical shit, whatever. If I have a question, Blake's the dude I call. Because even though we got a wrap on that thing, that's pretty badass. Digital. We have, even though there's some things I don't know, and I'll be the first person to admit that. But I can call Blake and he can walk me through it over the phone. Because I used to work for Blake years ago when he owned a bigger construction business when he had like, I don't know, maybe 20 employees or something. And we were building houses and shit. He calls me up one day. He's like, hey, I need you to come to work for me. I'm like, what, for like a week or something? He's like, no. What?
I have 5GE.
Cool.
What's that?
I don't know.
What's the E in there?
I don't know.
5G?
Energized.
5G
I don't know.
energized?
I don't know. It's bullshit.
I wonder if that's actually what it is.
He calls me up. I'm in Ohio at the time, and I was going to the methadone clinic. He's like, I need you to come work for me. I was like, yeah, I don't feel like doing all that shit, bro. Plus, I go to the methadone clinic and just be a big pain in the ass. So he arranged it for me, where all I had to do was have my doctor call down to some place, and they would let me start going down there. And he paid me $600 a week. I got a nice Dodge Durango, and he paid for all my fuel because I was having to drive back and forth to Ohio twice a week. Christy still lived in Ohio. We lived on Queen City Avenue at the time. You remember that? He listens, he has earbuds in. And my job was to, even though I really knew nothing about construction, was to mostly manage dudes because I can run dudes. Like I can run a group of dudes and say, hey, this needs to be done. This needs to be done. So that payroll is pretty much my thing. Because people were robbing Blake. They were robbing him blind is what they were doing, and he just didn't have enough. He was doing so much shit at the time that he just didn't have, somebody that he could trust that would keep track of everything and everybody. So that's where I came in. And I learned a lot from him. Like when I worked with Blake, and we did all the electrical shit for the most part. I guess Toyota's a nice truck. Other than it's a crew cab. I don't like these crew cab Toyotas. Maybe a shot of it. I don't like crew cab Toyotas. They just look super funny. What was I saying? Oh, but So that's where I learned how all the construction knowledge I have is from Blake. And I just don't have the confidence, you know what I mean? It's been so long since I've done a lot of it, but I'm getting it back because people are calling me for jobs left and right. I gave now, and some people now, I shouldn't say all people, but some people, I'm thinking I'm getting it down to either I'm bidding it way too low, or look at this truck over here. Look on, oh, you can see it. Those are Chevy, the diesel, they had all decked out, big ass 24. Them 24-inch rims are crazy. 26s, 24s, you put on them big diesels. Anyway, I'm either still, because I think I was too high there in the beginning because we had problems. A couple of people that were just like, they just never called us back. They should have. And it wasn't too high for the job; it was too high for the place. So I think now it's, past a few of them, I just gave them a price. Here's how much it is. But I just finally decided, like, this is what it's going to take. So I gave a price on the job. You get tissue training out of the glove box. Tissue. So I just gave a lady a price on a roof. 17 squares. There's 3 roof vents now, though. 3 of them old hurricane vents. So I have to pull the vents off, put a 4x4 sheet of plywood under it because they got big ass, foot 12-inch diameter holes in underneath them, and shingle over top of shingles that are already there. Meaning, so I'm going to have to put the shingle on top of those, and tear all the shingles up, put them back down how they were. So it's a little bit of work. I think I can get it done 2 days, maybe 2.5 days. I told her $1,800. I don't think that's that bad. I mean, you figure she's got $1,500 of materials, and I charge her $1,800. Well, she got $3,200 and a new roof. That's not very bad at all. So we'll see what she says. Give her a couple days. If she don't come back, then I'll holler at her and see what her thinking is. I mean, I could charge her by the hour, and I told her I probably would. But if I charge her by the hour, why not be more money? And here's why. Because if I work for you, I charge you X amount of dollars for everybody on the job. Even if it's traded, you're paying the same amount of labor for trading as you do me. You know why you do that? That way, as somebody running, a business, I'm making money off of trade and working, even though I'm making money off of trade and working anyway. So I'm figuring it out. Thankfully, I got people in my life that have done this shit. So if I have questions, I call them. Just like with charging on the job. That's what Blake told me to do. He's like, look, here's what you need to do. Because at first I was trying to decide how much my time was worth. How much is my time, tools, truck, experience, all that shit worth? Because my experience is I have some, like I said, it's just a confidence thing. This point has been so long since I've done it yet. And he's like, look, here's how much you need to charge, period. It doesn't matter what you do, because what will happen is you'll run into somebody, they'll be like, well, you charge Susie $25 an hour. Why can't I get that price? And he's right, small town America. So when I charge by the hour, I just charge everybody the same. It doesn't matter. Here's what you're paying by the hour. So if I do a roof and I need 2 people and you're paying us both that amount per hour, and it takes us, 20 hours, now you're paying more than you would have if you would just paid me the $1,800. So it's really cheaper on her. She probably doesn't see it that way. Most people don't. Like the lady yesterday, when I told her how much she owed me, I told her up front how much she was going to pay me by the hour. When I told her how much she owed me, it kind of screwed her up, because I don't think she realized that when I drove 40 minutes away from my house to get the bucket, that's when my time started. I didn't start it all the way there. I started as soon as the bucket hit my truck. That's when I started my time. Until I had the tractor loaded back up and everything loaded back up, and I stopped my time there. And once she realized, she's like, oh, okay, she paid me an extra $50. So I did really good yesterday. Tomorrow I got a good job that Train's going to help me with. Right, Train?
What?
You have a job tomorrow?
Right?
Are you going to help me with the job tomorrow?
Yes.
All right. And I'll pay you. Okay. I'll pay you by the hour. How much if let's just say, if you were to come work for me full time, how much money could you make me? No, that's the right way to say it. How much is your labor worth? Like me, when I say that like I'm worth $50 an hour, I think I'm generally worth $50 an hour.
Yeah.
Like I do $50 an hour worth of work. If you pay me $50 an hour, I'm going to do $75 worth an hour. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what you pay me, I'm going to get it done. So what's my 50-year-old son's labor worth per hour? 15? 20? All right. Show me what $20 an hour looks like tomorrow. Okay? How much is, you know, if you've been slick, you know what I would have done if I was you. As soon as I got the truck today, I'd be like, hey, Dad, I'm on the clock. What? You just rode along with Daddy for the ride, didn't you? Because you only spent time together. Huh? That's why you keep them earbuds in the whole time, every time we go somewhere, right? I'll just smack the piss out of you. You know that? Huh? Step in what? How deep? Where's you see my goat?
What good?
Where'd it go?
What happened?
You don't remember when Uncle Wayne used to walk around saying that shit all the time?
No.
And Wayne, my brother, used to walk around all the time, just fucking asking randomly, hey, you see my goat? Just the fucking random people. Like, it's everybody all the time. You'd be sitting there eating a meal and some waitress would walk by, he'd tug on her shirt. Hey, you see my goat? And just look at her like with this blank stare. Just like, what? It was pretty funny at the time. Look at that barndominium out there in the middle of nowhere. It's like, oh, there's some cool shit out here. East Tennessee is beautiful, man. If I could afford it, I would move to East Tennessee. I love East Tennessee. I love where I grew up at in East Tennessee. The house I grew up in, the last time I checked, had sold for $350,000. And nothing's changed about it. They painted the outside of it. That's the only thing that's changed. I walked through it maybe about, I don't know how many years ago it's been now. Probably at least 10. Those people paid $350,000 for it. Then my dad sold it in 1998-ish. Must be a truck show. Old Chevys. My dad sold it in 1998-ish for $54,000 or something like that. I bet it would sell for $750,000. Easy. It's a nice house, but just from where it's at. And funny enough, the guy I went to when I went back to when I went to Ohio for my last knee doctor appointment, not the black guy, but the other dude that seen me. What the hell is that? The electric, not electric. Oh, that's electric water line or something. It's just extra. I think it's like a cop behind me. But I went to the doctor last time for my knee. The dude knew my house, like right where I lived at. He was getting ready to go down to Deerfield, which is this little resort right behind where I used to live at. You know, we somehow got the conversation about, I think he says going to Tennessee this weekend. Or no, I told him I was up here from Tennessee. I was like, we're going to Tennessee this weekend. I was like, where at? He's like, oh, this little place called Deerfield out on Horse Lake. I was like, dude, I just live right there, like literally right there. He didn't believe me at first. And then I started describing. It's like, he really did live down there, didn't he? Like, yeah, I grew up down there. I used to run those hills and shit. I got exiled from Deerfield for sneaking in their pool. Do y'all want to talk about anything? I'm sick and tired of having to come up with shit. What do y'all want to talk about? We're not talking about sex either. I got a 15-year-old in here. You don't need to know anything about that shit. Nasty, dirty ass sex. Black. I seen where there was a case. Was it in Knoxville? But dude came up from Florida. He was wanted for murder down there, and the cameras coming into Tennessee from Georgia caught his license plate, and it pinged somebody somewhere. So I mean, they're watching everything, Trey. Like by the time you're my age, you won't be able to do shit without being watched.
They'll
really
scan your
can't do it.
eyeballs and figure out.
They'll
what
scan
you
your
saw.
eyeballs while you're going down the road, right? Yeah.
And they'll see what you
Yeah.
saw, like that one movie.
Yeah.
Was it Tom Cruise?
Yes.
Is that what his name was?
Minority Report.
Yeah. And he had to switch his eyeballs with somebody else's.
No, I've never seen that.
You never seen that one?
No.
He got his eyes taken out and then he got somebody else's eyeballs.
Freaking sweet.
Because they can scan your eyes and see what you did and catch you with murder. Like,
No shit.
yeah.
Huh. Some bitch. You want to see what's in my eyeballs?
Blood.
There's no blood, dude. What violence?
If you push your eyeball hard enough,
I bet it's like
it goes
water.
slow. And blood.
Blood will come out or water? Liquid. Yeah, there must have been a car show today. There's cars everywhere. Is that a cop behind me rolling up on me like 100 miles an hour?
It doesn't look like it.
Okay. Cool. Key.
No.
It's not. I can see now.
It looked like it because on the top it looked like there's like the lights.
California's moving to the southeast. The economy is shifting. Like, man, the economy is done. It really is.
I've never seen that before.
What's that?
2 FedEx boxes.
That's how they always pull doubles with FedEx.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Maybe not always, but most times FedEx pull doubles. The economy's I think they're lying about the economy though. I think the reason they can't find workers is because the economy's doing so good. They're suppressing it to their bullshit ass numbers like they do everything else. That's what I think. But they're pumping money into it so fast that we can't make up for the hyperinflation that we have. We're at exit 417. We got to go to 126. How many miles is that train?
What?
289-ish? 290, no, 390? What next did I just say we were at? 4 something. I like that one, little Toyotas. What are they called? Land Cruisers. One day. Oh yeah, jobs. That's what I was talking about. Everybody should start working for themselves, man. Especially if you live out in the middle of no man's land like I do. If you just show up, like people are super excited when you show up. Ask Paul. Every time we go somewhere, somebody's got some horror story about how they gave somebody money or they called 4 other people or whatever the case may be. I'm poor, too poor to be prepper. No, you're not, man. Knowledge is prepping. Learn some shit. Make yourself valuable. That's all you have to do. If things ever do actually go south, the most value you're going to have is going to be in your head. It's not going to be what you have. I mean, because chances are, especially if you're single, you're going to be on the move. Or if you have an agenda, you're going to be on the move. You know what I'm saying? Like that one, I need a transfer tank. So just learn shit. Make yourself valuable. Learn how to do everything you don't know how to do. I mean, you can grow food relatively cheaply, man. Learn how to start seeds or grow a garden or whatever it is. Whatever that thing is, learn how to do it. And that way, when shit goes crazy, you're like, hey, I know how to do this. You've made yourself valuable. I mean, we don't really prep for real. Like, we have some food stored back and shit like that, but I mean, my opinion about that is that only lasts so long until you come to the day that you run out. You can have food piled up to the rafters, and it's going to last you long enough until you run out. So you're going to run out anyway. So knowledge is the best prep there is. To learn all you can. You know, but you need to practice that too, because just knowing how to do shit, you know, hands-on is for me, I have to do something in order to remember how to do it. Man, East Tennessee is so beautiful. I love the mountains. Except when I gotta climb. You wanna drive?
No.
Why?
Not right now.
All you gotta do is go straight and stay between lines like color, dude.
And if something happens,
If something happens, we're
I
all
don't
gonna die.
I don't want them road pirates pull me over and have to deal with it.
Don't
Okay?
speed. If you don't speed, you'll be good. They don't mess with people that don't speed training. They only mess with criminals. Criminals. You didn't know that? Huh?
What?
You didn't know that?
Oh no.
If you don't take out a damn earbud, I'm gonna smack you in the gut.
I'm not even listening to nothing. I'm texting somebody.
Oh.
I'm doing the same thing you do. Don't look at me like that. Come on, man. You do the same thing.
Shut up. Nobody's talking to you.
You were just talking to me. You're just saying.
Shut up.
about
Nobody's
that.
talking to you. Hey, you wanna go to Pigeon Forge? How pissed would your mom be?
It's Pigeon Forge.
It's like Pigeon Forge, bud. Pigeon Forge.
What is that the place that we went to?
Gallenberg?
Yes. Let's go.
I'm going right by it here in a minute.
Alright, let's go.
No, your mom would be upset, man. I can't do that to her mom. I can't do that to mom. She'd be mad.
I want to go to Pigeon Forge.
You want to go where?
Huh?
Huh?
I want to go there.
I can drop you off there and you can try to get hitchhiking out.
Oh yeah, that's great. Like that hitchhiker that we did the good deed for, and then we saw another hitchhiker, and then we're
Yep.
like, oh, we already did our good deed today.
He wasn't hitchhiking. He just had a
asking for
sign.
food.
He just had a sign that said food, but he had brand new Dockers on.
Yeah,
brand
like
new.
a brand new hiking backpack
Yeah.
too.
Everything was brand new. He had.
Sunglasses.
He's like, bro, dude, trick no good, man. We're hip, right? If somebody's standing on the side of the road flying a sign, everything they have is new, it's not dirty. They look like they're, you know, they just took a shower and they don't have mud and shit all over their clothes. They're playing. They're just trying to make money. It's just an easy way to make money. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
No, it's just
Look, sexy stuff. Exit now. Sexy stuff. You want to exit? You go look at sexy stuff? Pigeon Forge, look. Cooters. Cooters Museum, free admission.
Cooters.
Yeah, Cooters. You don't know who Cooter is, do you? You never got to watch the Dukes of Hazzard because they took it off TV because that racist Confederate flag on top of that Charger. The flag's so racist. It's a racist flag. This is beautiful. Look at that creek and shit down there. How much? What would you give to loan all that land right there? It's awesome. Right behind the trailer park. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Dollywood. Over Gallenberg. Quite a bit of smokers at the stadium. Oh shit. Tire changing guys out here to help.
AAA. Who knows? It might be AAA. I think AAA drives those red cars.
Bring them on the dumplings.
And what is it? Oh, the white AAA logo.
No, AAA can be any car. Yeah, it's normally a white truck.
Oh.
One
It was like a
time,
van.
Huh?
I thought it was like a van or something.
I'd see somebody with a flat tire one time start changing their tire. And the chick jumps out of the car. She's like, man, I'm glad you finally made it here. It's been the longest 3 hours of my life. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, AAA. I'm like, no, I'm just doing this to be helping you out. She's like, huh? I was like, yeah, I don't work for those people. She's like, we didn't call you. I'm like, no. That's been a long time ago. She's been waiting there for like 3 hours. AAA. AAA is some bullshit. My sister has it, so, or she used to anyway. So we'd call and lie to them. Tell them it was somebody else, and then I forget how we used to have to do it. it had something to do with license plates. I don't know, but that's my spiel for the day. I got it out of me, guys. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Since you guys don't want to talk about nothing, I have nothing else to say. What's up, lurkers? Yeah, I know, man. Lurkers be lurking. Lurkers be lurking. I was lurking the other day. Not really. Is it lurking if somebody sends it to you? Like if somebody sends it to you, they're like, hey, check this out. Is it really lurking? What?
No, lurking is like just.
I know what lurking is. But is it lurking if somebody sends you the video first?
No. Well, do you watch the video or do you continue going through everything?
No, I watched the video. I just don't comment or nothing. I can't comment because I'm blocked.
That's not really lurking.
Because there was this guy that everybody looks up to because he's so smart and shit, who's a fucking fraud, that is definitely not a man of his word, or a man at all for that matter, in my opinion, because he has no word. Guns Coast to Coast. And now he stole my hashtag, Stand With Me, that I've been using for fucking 3 years, and now he's using it all of a sudden, and he magically now his stance on constitutional carry has changed to the stance I've had ever since the first time I heard it. Like, wait a second here. Well, how's it constitutional if a politician is giving me permission? That's kind of not constitutional at all. Sounds like permission slip to me. And then everybody's so happy because they can carry a gun everywhere, but they're not thinking about the people who can't still. And then they really can't carry it everywhere. They're allowed to carry it where they're allowed to carry it. And frankly, that's not constitutional carry. Constitutional carry would be the abolishment and or repeal of any and all gun, firearms enforcement agencies and gun laws. And that would be constitutional carry. You can carry it anywhere. Really, it'd be natural rights carry is what it would be. The Constitution don't have shit to do with it. So we should start calling prison tours, distillery tours. I want to go on a prison tour. Oh, tour Brushy Mountain. You can tour Brushy Mountain now? No shit.
What?
You can tour Brushy Mountain Prison. They shut it down. I forget. Look it up. Google Brushy Mountain Prison. I mean, to see how many people was executed there.
I can tour Alcatraz.
So Brushy Mountain was right. I think it was right on the other side of Caribou Mountain. Brushy. Like brushy. Yeah, I don't think it's around here, is it? See where Brushy Mountain Prison is? Was. I thought it was on the other side of Caribou Mountain. Which might be called Brushy.
Petros, Tennessee.
Where's that? Petros, Tennessee? So is there a map? Find a map of it.
Directions.
Put in Petros, Tennessee and blow it out so I can see where it's at. I'm almost positive it's right on the other side of Caribou Mountain.
It's an hour away.
Right. Yeah. It's up on the other side of Caribou Mountain. There in fucking
Right there.
So hold this. Let me see this. Let's see where's that. Where's that? There's Knoxville. Yeah. No, maybe not. Let's see. 75.
Pay attention to the road.
Shut up. I am watching the damn road. Okay, so yeah. Oh man, that's messed up. Piece of shit phone. Alright, here we go. Alright, I gotta roll with y'all. I gotta call Blake and stop and say hey to him real quick. Try to Juju. He's not really in jail. He is though. Like, how can you get something? I mean, I guarantee he got this truck in some deal for like $200. It's actually a nice truck though. It's a Tennessee truck. There's zero rust on it. Zero. Not a none. Zilch.
What is it?
It's a Tennessee truck.
Oh.
So Campbell County, the only time they use salt on the roads is like when it's massively messed up when the snow is, right? So a lot of the vehicles down there don't even have some old Fords I need to try to buy. I know one person in particular that has one that was his dad's. And one time he told me he wanted to sell to me just because he knew I wouldn't get rid of it.
Huh.
I need to call him. And it's a short wheelbase truck too. It's a 79 Ford F-150. Nice truck. Blake's dad's got a nice Ford too. He's got a 78 F-150 4-wheel drive. Dennis. Black truck he drove. Do you remember the old black one? The old black truck.
I'm trying to think.
You're thinking, sweet. What time is it?
I don't remember.
What day is it?
74.
All right.
The 9th,
I
I think.
remember that. That's the day trade thought. Look at that. What kind of car is that? Siles would know.
Yeah, that sounds high.
They ain't got no tags.
I don't know any.
Oh yeah, Rebels right there. Boy. Rebels. My kind of peeps. They can catch up with them. All right, I'm gonna jump off here, y'all. Y'all stay safe. Have a great day. We are headed back to home. Peace.